Hello and welcome to the Daily Fantasy 5 for this Monday, July 22nd. This is episode 152, and I'm your host, Scott Grierson, and we are bringing you the 5 things you need to know every day in the world of fantasy sports. Today we have 4 stories out of Major League Baseball, and we have a New England running back starting the year on the PUP list. So we'll get to all that after a word from our sponsor, www.mathradio.com, where you can go get an online math course for your child ages 7 through 17 for as little as $9.99. This gets you a lifetime membership to an amazing online math course to help your child get better grades, score higher on exams, and even get into college. Go to mathradio.com. All right, let's break it down. The big news out of Milwaukee is ace Brandon Woodruff is going to go to the IL with a strained oblique. He should be having an MRI today. We should have some more news on that tomorrow to see how long he will be out for. He's having an amazing season. 3.75 ERA is a bit high, but he does have 11 wins, 136 strikeouts in 117 innings. A very nice strikeout to inning ratio. So you got to like that. Hopefully he won't be out long. Again, we'll find out more after the MRI today, and we'll hopefully let you know by tomorrow if we get any news on that, because, he's a very, very valuable starting pitcher. Number 2, Zimmerman for the Washington Nationals is going to be out again with a foot injury. He already missed 53 games with, I think it's called plantar fasciitis. I don't know. The injury is to the same foot, though, that he was injured before. He's also having an MRI today. MRI machines are going to be busy across the country today with baseball players. He's batted, 246 and 118 at-bats with 3 home runs. Hopefully you weren't sticking with Ryan Zimmerman. I would feel free to cut him at this point. I can't imagine why you would want to have him on your roster going forward. Next up, we have the Giants. They are designating Derek Holland for assignments. Holland used to be great. Even in 2018, he had a 3.57 ERA and over a 9 strikeout per 9 inning ratio. This year, he had a 5.90 ERA with a 2-4 record. He does have 71 strikeouts in 68 innings pitched. Could he have an injury? Is there something going on? I like that the strikeout rate is still extremely high. I think Derek Holland could catch on with another team and be productive this fantasy season. He would be someone I would check out in a streaming circumstance. And if he came back, I would pick him up if he went to another team and just kind of stash him on my bench and see if he can catch fire like he did last year again. Because, again, that strikeout ratio is pretty nice at over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. You got to like that going forward. Story number 4 is that Corey Kluber, all right, from the Cleveland Indians. He threw 30 pitches off the mound again yesterday. He's scheduled to throw again on Wednesday, I believe. So the Indians have made a comeback. They are only 3 games back right now. So he could be the difference maker for the Indians, and he could make the difference for some fantasy owners as well. If you can pick up Kluber, let's see, the Indians have played 98 games. So that say they played under 30. So you could get him for maybe 5 starts at the end of the season, something like that, if he comes back quickly. And that could make all the difference in the world if Kluber is back to all-star form. If you get 5, 6 outings from an ace pitcher who's putting up great numbers, that could be the difference between winning and losing a fantasy season. And for the Indians, it could be the difference between making or missing the playoffs. So keep an eye on Corey Kluber. Again, he's going to pitch off the mound again on Wednesday, and we'll see how his progress goes. But it's certainly notable. I would not make a move now, but the closer we get, if he starts making a rehab start, then I would pounce. Okay. And we, of course, will keep you informed of that. Let's move away from baseball and talk about the NFL quickly. Sony Michel is going to open up camp on the PUP list. This does not seem to mean that he is definitely going to be out for the start of the season. He could be ready to go still in week 1. This designation does not, as I understand it, keep you out for the beginning of the season. Demetrius Thomas also on that list as well, the wide receiver. Was famous in Denver for the Broncos, now is on the Patriots. I guess Thomas is a deep sleeper on a big roster, big league. Sony Michel is going, I think, in the 6th round still right now. There's a lot of injury concerns. They brought in a new running back. They have Burkhead. They have James White. What's the running back from Alabama? His name escapes me. It's either his last name is Damien or his first name is Damien, but he's quite good. I think they have someone else too, but it's a crowded backfield. So if Sony Michel is not 100% healthy, I would be worried about that situation, and I would not be spending a top 6 pick in the 6 rounds on Sony Michel. I actually don't own him in any drafts that I've done so far this year. So we'll have to keep monitoring his status because, whoever the running back is in New England typically picks up fantasy points. So you just got to keep your eye on it. I did want to mention one more thing with the rankings. On whatever day it was, Saturday when we were doing the mock draft, I had Kelsey at number 11. I'm going to drop him out of my first round. Now my top 100 rankings come out next week, so you'll see that. But right now, I'm not going to take Kelsey in my top 12. Not so much because of talent, but I think the situation with Hill being back. I mean, if I could be guaranteed that Kelsey was going to have the same numbers from last year, I'd probably take him still in the top 12. But I think some regression is in order, and now that upside of Hill not being there isn't there for him either to kind of combat that regression. So I'm dropping Kelsey outside of my top 12 at this point, mostly because of roster construction. It really hurts your roster to take that tight end in the first round. Whereas if I can get Zach Ertz or Kittle in the, say, at the turn from the second to third round, so if I can get him at pick, say, what would that be? 26, 27, one of those guys. I think my roster looks a lot better when I'm spending a third round pick on a tight end than it does when I'm spending a first round pick. Because I don't really love the guys in the third round anyway. But first two picks, I would be going running back, wide receiver, something like that with those picks. So that's all the news we have today for the Daily Fantasy 5. I appreciate you coming to the show. If you're listening to the show on iTunes or Spotify, please give us a 5-star rating and a review. If you are watching the show on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend about us, and leave us a comment. We'd greatly appreciate it. And if you have kids between the ages of 7 and 17, go to mathradio.com. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.